All jokes aside, you know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life, this and that for life. I'm gonna rest for life, nigga. This a blood oath. Hey, yo, Madara, here go a class for you, my nigga. 140 for the rebel. The world turned its back on me. I'm a cripple. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I tell you once. Don't pray for nothing, nothing in the curse. We can't forgive what's forbidden. Remain in the trenches. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I did. If rank is given, have your respect to your bring or be about your business. This loyalty's a damn sentence. Look, trying to pick up with a blind fit. Hey, they said there'll be many mansions. I'm just grinding for my time share. Them devils ain't playing fair. They hunt you like bad pal, but ain't no getting out the game like you mangy. You take that office a Dundee. They try to deal death to a priest. You won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times and it's death to his partner. So how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't it like you think, little nigga. I should won't. Even your own people go disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing, ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jetson. Murder for capital, now it's murder at the Capitol. The world in amazement, we like fuck 'em, raise it. I pity those watching life as it goes. Be giving mercy in his life, I don't know why. In pump smoke, never try to. The dead at home, my brother be the dead, that's all I don't. He's a photo, salute my nigga. They like, how you stay focused? I told him I'm motivated cause of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the scene. And I never do my niggas like Bishop did Raheem. Never mind in all beliefs, they under anesthesia. Shorty say she leave me, said she wanna let that love go. Told I let that love grow. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood oath. So, how you feel about this truth I done show? This ain't the like you think, little nigga. I should won't. Even your own people go disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Yeah.
Hey, Shalom Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Barak a thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shema Allah thumb Bashem Yahweh Shai to the sisters. I'm Priest Officer Parak. To my right is Priest Officer Razan. Coming to you from the ISUPK Arizona School. If you're watching online, you can see at the very bottom of the screen our class schedule, which is every Tuesday through Friday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then, of course, every Sabbath, which is Saturday, we have our Sabbath service from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. All right. So today what we're going to go over, we're going to be in Nahum, the first chapter. If you're watching online, you can see the thumbnail. There's a specific verse in Nahum, the first chapter, that we're going to kind of focus on, which is the second verse, where the scriptures say that the Most High reserves his wrath for his enemies. All right, we're going to talk about who the Lord's enemies are. We're going to get a better understanding of this. And of course, also, we're going to talk about you not taking your own vengeance, right? And that's something Israel got to hear, understand? Because Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we have a chip on our shoulder. And we're the type of people that don't like to allow anybody to get over on us, you understand? When you start to come into the truth, a lot of times what happens is you develop this anger, or not necessarily develop this anger for our oppressor, but that anger is now allowed to come out of you. It doesn't have to be disguised in Christianity. Like in Christianity, they tell you to suppress your emotions. Now, they don't say that directly, but that's what they tell you to do. Because why? You got to love your enemy. So this same man that raped your forefathers and foremothers, you understand, and stole them from where they was and came and brought them over here to be slaves and serve a hardcore bondage. Well, listen, you should be angry at that, but your oppressor tells you have to forgive them and that they're going to inherit the same heaven in the sky somewhere that you're going to inherit, which is a damn lie. Understand? Well, when you come into the truth, sometimes what happens is that anger gets unleashed, and now you think, now it's time for you to take action into your own hands. So this class is more so just going to go over the fact that vengeance or revenge belongs to the Most High. Understand? We're going to use it for brotherhood, and we're also going to use it, for this anger that we have toward these other nations, right? So this is a real important Sabbath service that we're going to do today. So once again, we'll be in Nahum, the first chapter. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me just make sure everything's straight up here. All right. Sure. All right. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. So I imagine which means stand. Which means it's like. All right, so we're going to call up the first priest. All right, so we're going to call up the first priest. You can come present yourself. Yes, you got a sword over there. But you know, they both over here, right? Register, station register.
Matza, Banyashikar, Banyashirala.
Matza, Banyashirala, it's like a Banyashar, Banyashar. Salak.
Yahabashim Yashabakta.
Yabashim Shabakta. Step up. All right. We're going to go ahead and get these prayers. So, Imagine, which means to stand. When you're done, which means to turn and face the east. We're going to begin with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemaya, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Batazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Shabbat Rataza, Kawa, Hayah, Shemaya, Nathanaw, Kam, Call your one, Masalakanaw, Kawatnaw, Asalaknaw, Kawatinaw, Wala'ah, Tabayanaw, Panasar one, Abal, Hawashanaw, Mayan, Rakaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Wa'ala, Wa'thapara, I will love you.
Amen. The Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
We're going to get the Akak, or the power, in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Baba Kasha. Thundernawa Hakak. Hakak Larapa'ah. Call Maka'ala. Call Madawa. Hakak Latahar. Amatazariah. Hakak Lakwayam. Hamathium. Hakak. Arakawa. Atama'ala. Lagarashan. Ba'ashem Yahushua.
The power in English. Yahweh. The name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai. Please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it.
All right, we're going to read Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahaharya, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Wa'arataza, Ayathan, Lamawat, Galka, Ayanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Layashan, Shalmar, Yasha'al, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Zalka, Aliyah, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashamat, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Walayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rat, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'afka, Wabah,
I will know. The Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
You will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth,
From this time forth
even forevermore.
and even forevermore. All right, we're going to read Psalms, the 83rd chapter in Hebrew. Allahayim.
Allahayim.
Adama Yalaka.
Adayim Malakah.
All Thakarash.
All Thakarash.
All Tashakwat.
All Tashakwat.
All.
All.
Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Awa Yabyuka.
Awa Yabyuka.
Yamaya 1.
Maya 1.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al Aimaka.
Al Aimaka.
Yara Yamwa.
Yara Yamwa.
Sawadah.
Sawadah.
Wayatha.
Wayatha.
Yaitazawa.
Yaitazawa.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Tazapawanyaka.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakidam.
Oikakidam.
Magalia.
Magalia.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Iwadah.
Iwadah.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawaitazawa.
Nawaitazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Auyaka.
Auyaka.
Baryat.
Baryat.
Yakarathia.
Yakarathia.
Ahawya.
Ahawya.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Yashma Ali.
Washma Ali.
Mawa'ab.
Mawa'ab.
Wahagaria.
Wahagaria.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Waimawan.
Waimawan.
Waimalak.
Waimalak.
Palashad.
Palashad.
Ayeshabi.
Ayeshabi.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Ayawa.
Ayawa.
Sarawat.
Sarawat.
Banyalawat.
Banyalawat.
Salat.
Salat.
Ashalaham.
Ashalaham.
Kamadi.
Kamadi.
Kasaya.
Kasaya.
Sara'ah.
Sara'ah.
Kayabi.
Kayabi.
Manakal.
Manakal.
Wayashwan.
Wayashwan.
Ashamagu.
Hashemah.
Ba'ayan.
Ba'ayan.
Da'arak.
Da'arak.
Ayawa.
Ayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La'adama.
La'adama.
Shaythamwa.
Shaythamwa.
Wadad.
Wadad.
Yabmawak.
Yabmawak.
Ka'iraq.
Ka'iraq.
Wakaza Abu.
Wakaza Abu.
Wakaza Bak.
Wakaza Bak.
Katazal.
Katazal.
Mana'ai.
Mana'ai.
Call.
Call.
Nasayat.
Nasayat.
Kamwa.
Kamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Ne'erashah.
Ne'erashah.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Na'awat.
Na'awat.
Allahayim.
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 Shayathamwa.
Shaythamwa.
Kagagala.
Kagagala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Napanyarakah.
Napanyarakah.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Taba'ira.
Taba'ira.
Ya'ira.
Ya'ira.
Salahat. Hayama.
Sa'iraham.
Falawan.
Falawan.
Wayabakashwa.
Wayabakashwa.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahawa.
Yahawah.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Wayabahawa.
Wayabahawa.
Aidiyai.
Aidiyai.
Wayakaparwa.
Wayakaparwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Kaya Atha.
Kaya Atha.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahawa.
Yahawah.
Labadka.
Labadka.
Al-Yawan.
Al-Yawan.
Al-Kal.
Al-Kal.
Al-Ratazah.
Psalms 83 in English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
Thine
enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
They that hate thee,
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They consulted against thy hidden
And
ones.
consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have
They
said,
have said,
Come,
Come,
let us cut them off from being a nation.
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
The name of Israel
That the name of Israel
may be no more remembered.
may be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
Tabernacles of Edom
The tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab
of Moab
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Enem,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also joined with them.
So also joined with them.
Their hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah.
do unto them
Do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
the book of Kisan,
and the book of Kisan,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb,
Make their nobles like a
and
red,
like Ze'eh,
and like Ze'eh.
yea,
Yea,
all their princes as Zabah,
all the princes of Zabah,
and as Zamun,
and Zamun,
who said,
who said,
let's take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
houses of Yahweh in possession.
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my God,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
that the flames set the mountains on fire.
and as the flames set the mountains on fire.
To persecute them with thy tempest,
So persecute them with thy tempest,
to make them afraid with thy storm,
and make them afraid with thy storm.
fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
Oh Yahweh,
Oh Yahweh,
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame and perish.
let them be put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou,
That men may know that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth.
art the most high over all the earth.
We're going to get the blessings in Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Malaka Allah.
Wa Malaka Allah.
Wa Allah Hayam.
Wa Allah Hayam.
Wa Tazad Ya'ah.
Tazad Ya'ah.
Allah Wap Yahana.
Allah Wap Yahana.
Allah Wap Yo.
Allah Wap
Asim.
Asim.
Akwata Zayanyu.
Akwata Zayanyu.
Akaya Yayu.
Akaya Yayu.
Waha Wati.
Waha Wati.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Waraman.
Waraman. Get the blessings in English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohanan.
Commanding General Yohanan.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you. So be it.
Thank you. So be it. Sorry while you're shopping, we can be seated. All right. So once again, we're going to be in Nahum, the first chapter. All right. So we're going to read Nahum, the first chapter. Right here. So we're going to begin reading it with the Hebrew. So we'll read the first 7 verses in the Hebrew, and then we'll read it in the English and break it down.
Book of Nahum, verse 1. Mashah, Nayan, Nayanwa, Sapar, Sapara, Kata, Slaya, Kazawan, Nakawam, Allah, Quashya, verse 2. Allah, Kwana Wa'a, Wana Kwam, Yahweh, Nakam, Yahweh, Waba'illah, Kama, Nakam, Yahweh, Yatazar, Yawa, Wanatar, Hara, La'a, Yaba, Yawa, Yahweh, Araka, Abayam, Waga, Dawala, Wagad, La, Ba, slide, Kaka, Wanaka, La'a, Yanaka, Yahweh, Basa Wapa, Waka, Sha'ira, Dara, Kawa, Wa'ai, Na, Apakwa, Apak, Abat, Regalia, Gaya, Gayar, Bayum Wayabashwa Wakala Hana wa like Rawath Hakara Yaba Amma Lala Bashak Waka Ramana, so Ramala Wagarak Waga Wagraka Lab Nawaka Amala Hawayum Ra'ishwa Maman Wahaga Gapai Was Hatham Kagagwa with the Shah Wath Sha'ah Haratazah Mapan Yawa with a Paul will call Yashab Ya Ba Lapanya Za'ai Mawan so Ma'ai Za'ai Mawa Maya Ya'ai Ma Wada Wamaya Kapawam Baka Rawan Apawa Kamathwa Nathak Ka'ash what is a Rayum what is Zaryum Natha Tazawa Manawa verse 7 Tawab Yahweh Lamanai Waza Ba your one so by your one Tazara Wayadai Kasaya Bawa sorry that's the
all right, so that's the first 7 verses in the Hebrew, all right, of Nahum the first chapter. Now we're going to read it in the English and we're going to break it on down, all right. And the first thing that we're going to do when we break this down, we're going to first identify who Nahum is. It's the first chapter of Nahum. Nahum, of course, was a prophet. We're going to figure out who he is, all right, and where he's from and all of that, all right. So let's get Nahum, the first chapter. We're going to start at verse 1. No.
Yeah. Book of Nahum, chapter 1, verse 1. The burden of Nineveh. Mm-hmm. The book of the vision of Nahum, the Elkoshite. God is jealous, and the Lord
So like read verse 1 again. 1 second.
Verse 1. The burden of Nineveh, the book of the vision of Nahum, the Ecclesiastes.
Give me 1 second.
Okay. Verse 2. The Most High is jealous, and the Lord revengeth. The Lord revengeth and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth wrath for his enemies. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind, and in the storm the clouds are the dust of his feet. He rebuketh the sea and maketh it dry, dried up all the rivers. Bashan
Let's
languishes.
start from the top again, one more time. So lock it.
Sorry, no sweat. Verse 1, book of Nineveh, Nahum, chapter 1, verse 1. The burden of Nineveh.
So now this is the burden of Nineveh, all right? So this is a prophecy that Nahum is going to prophesy against Nineveh. Nineveh at one time was it was the capital of Assyria in the Assyrian captivity that we were in. All right, because we know this is a gang of captivities that we was in. One of them, so like I just got to shoot this address over to a brother right quick. Let's see. 16 North 28 Drive 4. All right. So once again, we've been in a gang of captivities, a whole lot of them. All right. We was in the Babylonian. Of course, we all know about the Egyptian captivity under Pharaoh. And then, of course, after that, we're going into multiple captivities because of our disobedience to the Most High, right? So we went into captivity in Assyria, and the capital city. Think about like Washington, D.C. in America. That's the capital of the United States of America. All right. Well, Nineveh was the capital of Assyria. And while we were in the Assyrian captivity, that's where a lot of blacks and Hispanics were, or a lot of Israelites were, right? Because you can see right now in Washington, D.C., in America, there's a whole lot of black people in Washington, D.C. And that's the capital of America. You understand? Well, this is a prophecy that's being made by Nahum against Nineveh, right? Keep going. The second half of 1.
The book of the vision of Nahum, the Ecclesiastes.
So Nahum was an Elkoshite. Now, this is, of course, we all understand that Nahum was an Israelite, right? So why isn't it calling him an Israelite? It's not calling him an Israelite because, for one, that's given, but for two, Elkosh is a place that's in northern Israel. So it's kind of like what they call you from Detroit, right?
Michigan, like you could call it like Michiganian.
Michiganian, or like Phoenician. They call Phoenix people from Phoenix Phoenician, or what's one that most people like have heard of? Californian. I don't know. The people make up these types of things to designate this person being from this place. All right. And so that's with Nahum. He was from a land called Elkosh. All right. Keep going.
Verse 2. The Most High is jealous.
Right. So the Most High is jealous. He's a jealous God. All right. He doesn't want us serving any other God. He doesn't want us serving any other power. He wants us to serve him. Right. Keep going.
The Lord revenges.
And the Lord is the one that's going to revenge. Now, see, jealousy can work in a lot of different ways. A lot of people don't understand this, right? Because think about this. All right. You can be jealous because somebody has something that you don't have and you want it. You can be jealous. Damn, he got a PS5 and I ain't got one. You know, that's a type of jealousy. That's a form of jealousy. Or you can be jealous over your woman, right? Jealous over your woman isn't jealous because she has something that you want or that you don't have. But why would you be jealous over your woman?
Some other man.
She's giving her time to some other man. She's entertaining some other man. So why would the Most High be jealous over us as Israel? Because we're giving our time over to other gods. You understand? Now, there's another way that you can be jealous too, right? See, jealousy is not just it's not just based for your emotions and things like that. You can also be jealous because your wife, I'll put it to you like this, right? She's given her time over to another man, which is a terrible thing. It's unlawful, right? But why else would you be jealous about a situation where your wife is entertaining another man?
Because that man has more power than you.
Damn.
Over
That's
your
tough.
wife.
That's tough. Right. Right. But and he's not supposed to, right? Because you made a covenant with your wife. So we're gonna keep reading and we're gonna understand the type of jealousy that the Most High has, because it's not the normal jealousy that you would find in our people today. Because our people today have the worst kinds of jealousy. We covet everything. Like the jealousy that we have is covetousness. We want what the basketball players got. We want that. So we want the cars. We want all of the hoes that come with it. You get what I'm saying? And we want what the rappers got, which is the same thing. And we see these gold chains and stuff like that cost so many thousands of dollars for no reason. This is stuff that's you gotta understand something about these gold chains that these cats be wearing. These gold chains and all of the silver and all of that, and the diamonds that people are going crazy over. Some filthy, stinking African dug that thing up in his land. Those things come from Africa. And some nasty African with probably no clothes on, stinking with flies all in his nose and stuff, he done went and he dug this thing up and he gave it to the white man because he worked for the white man. And so you think about that. How much are those diamonds actually worth if some filthy African can go dig them up? Go ahead.
Yeah. When it comes to like the diamonds, that diamond trade, only reason why the diamonds cost so much, like I said, that African that Hamite that goes and digs it up and gives the white man, that particular family has a control over those diamonds, so they can release how much they want into the world, so they can control the price of the diamonds. Because the diamonds are not as rare as everybody think. They're one of the most plentiful stones you can get out there, because that trade is regulated. They can charge how much they want for it. They can release as much out as they want to release out.
Right. Yeah. And that's the thing. So they that's we could get into a whole nother topic, but the point is that the Most High is jealous, right? And we're gonna understand some about his type of jealousy. All right. We're not going to talk about, because the Most High doesn't covet. He made a law that said thou shalt not covet, right? So the type of jealousy that we're talking about is not the covetous type of jealousy, all right? So I just want everybody to understand that before we keep moving on, right? And the Lord revengeth. Go ahead.
And the Lord revengeth and is furious.
And is furious. The Most High is angry. And we're going to find out why the Most High is angry. See, the Most High, when you look down at this world, you see a lot of reasons why the Most High would be angry. We're going to find out why in this specific book, why the Most High is angry, especially at this specific time. Remember, this is the time of the Assyrian captivity. We're going to find out why he's angry, right? Keep going.
The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries.
On his what?
On his adversaries.
On the people. An adversary is somebody that comes against you. So let's just say, if I have an adversary, this is somebody that's offended me personally. Me, like personally, right? So let's just say I don't really want to give an example, right? But let's just say there's somebody that has offended me, said something that I didn't like, or whatever the case, right? And we can't come to terms. Well, that person then becomes my adversary, which is the same as like an enemy, right? Or even worse, when you take it into context of what's happening with us today, our adversary right now is who? Our oppressor. Because they've done something perpetually to us, generation to generation, to destroy us. The reason why we're in the condition that we're in today, the reason why we can't say right now, as Blacks and Hispanics, that we're on top, or at least even in a good place. We're not even in the middle. The reason why is because of our oppressor. And so because of that, you can see who your adversary is, who your enemy is. It's the person that's keeping you on the bottom, the person that's consistently offending you. Well, there's an adversary against the Most High too. And the Most High has that adversary, and that's somebody that consistently offends the Most High, consistently comes up against the Most High. And we're going to talk about who that is, right? But keep going.
And he reserveth wrath for his enemies.
And that's what the title of this class is. The title of this class is that he reserveth his wrath for his enemies. And what does it mean to reserve? If you could, I don't really want to move this computer because that thing on. But if you could pull up on that other screen, just on that same tab right there, yeah, just pull up to reserve or just reserve. Because we're gonna find out what that means, what the Most High is talking about. Damn, you type in reserve, the first thing come up is the Army Reserve. God damn. Salaki. It's crazy.
That recruitment strong.
Yeah, they trying to recruit for real. And I remember them army cats used to come into my school. School. I'm talking about I'm 15, 16 years old. They say, hey, you look like a strong young man. You should come into the military and come fight for the white man. I said, God damn.
As a matter of fact, they come when you're in 8th grade already graduating to, you know what I'm saying, go to high school, because in high school is where it's like, that's really where they want to get you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's tough.
If I can real quick on that, like I went to this high school in Missouri, right? And they have, I believe they stopped it now. It's like a choice now, but before, all the seniors had to take the ASVAB test for the military.
Man, nigga, you taking the ASVAB test ain't got nothing to do with school, none of that. They trying to get you in that damn military. That's ridiculous. I scored low as hell on that too. I ain't gonna hold you because of that math. That math ain't no joke.
No, that's starting our careers. Like before, when I was in there, it was no choice. The seniors had to take it.
Yeah.
But now after I graduated, now it was like whoever wants to take it now. But yeah, before that, it was like, nah, you're a senior this school, you're gonna take that ASVAB test.
That's ridiculous. God. Yeah. Hey, me too. All right, so you got it on the screen, or is it so they can see it?
Yeah, reserve.
All right, yeah, reserve. The one that I want, yeah, there we go. Retain for future use. That one right there at the top. If somebody can read that.
Hold on, let me get. So, reserve, refrain from using or disposing of something.
Right. So the Most High is refraining from dishing out that wrath that he got. Right. Keep going.
Retain for future use.
For future use. Meaning the Most High is angry. We go back there now. So the Most High is angry, right? He's extremely angry. But he's not dishing out the anger that, because, okay, think about this, right? Somebody that's angry, what is somebody normally like what do you call it? A carnal man. What does a carnal man do when he's angry? He lashes out, right? Somebody that's carnal, he'll lash out when he's angry. So he gets angry, he starts throwing blows. You understand? Well, the Most High ain't throwing no blows yet. The Most High is reserving his wrath for future use.
Right.
And what's going to happen is what we're going to read about very shortly here, right? But before we get to that, let's read this. Let's read Romans the 12th chapter. Somebody can pull that from. Right, because the Most High is reserving his wrath for a certain time. So now what does that mean? What happens if you decide, because of all of the things that your oppressor has done to you, you decide that you're going to do what them cats did a few years back? They went and shot up that Jewish market or whatever. What was it? It was like a Jewish deli or something like that.
No, it was like a Jewish market.
Yeah. And the cat said that he was an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? He said he was an Israelite. I think, was it him and his woman? Or it was him and his woman, right?
He did have a woman. They tried to put a notice because he had a ISUPK flyer in his car.
Damn. But the thing is, what's crazy about that is the dude, he was affiliated with ICGJC, which is, they're done now, of course. But regardless, right? That cat tried to take vengeance into his own hands. What he tried to do was he tried to pour out the same vengeance that the Most High is gonna pour out on Esau. He tried to do it himself. Problem is we can't do that. And I'm gonna show y'all something, right? Because you got Romans 12 and 19?
12 and 19.
Yeah. I'm gonna show y'all something because it's important to be able to understand how you should move as an Israelite, how you should act, how you should, conduct yourself, right? So Romans 12 and 19.
Book of Romans chapter 12, verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give peace, give place unto wrath.
So give place unto wrath. Here's the thing we got to understand about us, our conduct, because we're talking about the Most High, but let's take it off of the Most High for a second. Let's talk about us, because the Most High said that he is going to be the one to take vengeance, right? But now let's talk about us, right? So Paul, which is a very smart brother, all right, he had the Spirit of the Lord on him. And the scriptures also say that what he says, what Paul says, is as the commandment of the Most High. All right, so let's make sure that we have that mindset when we read this. It says, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, which is heavy. You understand? Because that's what we do in the Black community, Black and Hispanic community. And you know, it's the same thing that's going on in Chicago and all of these different neighborhoods, St. Louis, you know, of course, on the West Coast as well. And even with the tribe of Issachar, a lot of that so-called cartel violence is from what? Retaliation. They're just coming at each other. So you take 3 of theirs, they take 4 of yours. Now you got to take 5 of theirs. Now, so it's a back and forth thing. You step on their toes, they got to cut your damn feet off.
Right. It's a thing called there's a song called Cien por Uno, you know what I'm saying, which translates 100 for just one of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like
it's tough. It's a lot.
It's like it's talking about Colombians and Mexicans, you know what I'm saying, going to war for each other, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One against another. It's like
yeah. And that's tough because the thing is, that's our mindset. And we're the only ones with that mindset when it comes to each other.
Right.
Because like for our oppressor, he thinks eye for an eye. So it's just, okay, well, like that's how they came up with that death sentence. The death sentence is because you killed somebody, well, you got to die. But we take it a step further. You understand? Blacks and Hispanics take it a step further. So now you killed one of my brothers, now I got to kill 10 of yours. Or that song, like you said, 100. God damn. Right. It's crazy. But that's how they think. You understand? And that's us taking revenge. And that's not what we're supposed to do. The scriptures say avenge not yourselves. Because the reason why is because when we try to avenge ourselves, we do it unrighteously. What we do is we take 100 for the one. Right. So now we take 99 people that didn't do nothing to offend us. Right. But because we want to hurt that person or that person's family, we got to take 100 of theirs. It's ridiculous.
Right. We take the innocent too, like
children.
It's like, you know what I'm saying, in the middle of a shootout, you know what I'm saying, because you can't aim, you know what I'm saying, you take the life of a child, you know what I'm saying, you go to the house and you just, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, I believe Officer Apayag knows a shower posse or something like that, right, where you shower them with nothing but lead, you know what I'm saying, that whole house, and then all the only people that are getting hit is the innocent, you know what I'm saying, the people that wasn't supposed to even be there, you know what I'm saying, and it's like, you know what I'm saying, you over here trying to take, like you said, vengeance, you know what I'm saying, into your own hands.
That's tough. And you know why that's crazy is because he said, give place unto wrath. The problem is, like what you just said with that whole showering them bullets out. I was just talking to Razan about this yesterday. What happens with our people sometimes is because they don't have no gun training, they don't know how to shoot or anything, they're going to hit everything but their target. So you're going to get upset because somebody says something to you and you're going to run down on them and you're going to try to kill them. You're going to miss them and you're going to hit the little 3-year-old girl across the street. You understand? Them bullets, I don't know if you understand, them bullets travel quite far. The person that you're trying to kill is right there, but the bullets, if you miss that man, the bullet goes past that man somewhere else. And where that thing goes is, you know, who knows? And most of the time what happens is we see that people get hit with stray bullets. So you're hitting little 2-3-year-old girls, and it happens so many times. And it's because you're not giving place unto wrath. You was going to say something?
Not only that, just speaking on the gun training thing real quick, is even when our people, like, they like to during parties when they shoot their guns to the air.
Yeah.
So I was doing security at the Motel 6. The Ecclesiastes that I work with, you know, who was doing the overnight staff, she was telling me how they had her neighbors had a party, and then they were shooting their bullets. Her son woke up in the morning. If he didn't roll over, there's a bullet laying right on his pillow. God. It came through the ceiling.
Right.
So just like when you shoot those guns to the air because you think that it's fun to do. No, he almost lost his life. Right. It came through the first ceiling, through the second floor to his room.
I'm gonna tell you a story where it actually, you know what I'm saying, I think it happened in Arizona. They were drunk, you know what I'm saying? It was a party. It was already getting shut down, right? And then there was a fight between two brothers, right? And then they both had their own, you know what I'm saying? Well, one of them had a weapon. I don't know about the other, but I know the one that had his weapon, he shot an innocent woman trying to stop the fight. You know what I'm saying? The young girl, and they were over here, like, you know what I'm saying? All the friends were crying. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out what, you know what I'm saying? Why did it escalate to this point? You know what I'm saying? Why couldn't we just, you know what I'm saying, talk about this? But because, you know what I'm saying, alcohol and, you know what I'm saying, a lot of, you know what I'm saying, men's ego and whatnot, you know what I'm saying, it had to go, the resolution ended in violence, and with some an innocent, you know what I'm saying, child, you know what I'm saying, life was taken. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
right. And that's just, it goes to show that our people don't know a damn thing. It's
right.
a terrible thing. And we learn a lot from our oppressors. Like, we ain't start that. Shooting in the air is, you know, that's shooting guns in the air and things like that. That's what the Bible calls reveling, like wild parties and things like that. But you get to that backyard, it's New Year's, you got to start shooting into the sky. We learn that stuff from our oppressor, which is every negative trait that Black people have. We learned it from our oppressor. And some of y'all, I'm gonna give a disclaimer, because some people are going to say, well, that's not true, because Israel back in the time after they left Egypt, they was the ones that went against the Most High without any influence. But that's not true. They went against the Most High with what influence? With the Egyptian influence. Okay. You understand? Imagine brothers and sisters coming out of America right now today. You know how hard it's going to be for brothers and sisters to put off the American ideologies and mindset?
It's like,
go ahead.
I mean, they brothers come out, and it's still even hard for them to come in class, and it's like, this is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard for them to, you know what I'm saying, sometimes to get off of drugs, get off of, you know what I'm saying, eating pork. And not only that, but it's like, you know what I'm saying, what the world had back then, it was like, you know what I'm saying, oh man, all these parties and the whoredom and drugs and all that. It's
strip
like
clubs.
Strip clubs, you know what I'm saying? You think about all that, it's like, man, and they still, you know what I'm saying, trapped in what, you know what I'm saying, what they used to live in, what America had, you know what I'm saying? Same thing as Egypt, you know what I'm saying, with that golden calf, you know what I'm saying, trying to go back, hoping that they don't kill him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Some people say that they're in the truth. Go ahead. Some people say that they're in the truth and call themselves a chief priest and still do those things.
Right.
I don't know what to tell you. Still do those things. You want America to be a part of you. It's a part of you. You grew up in it. You grew up with the culture, and you still want it to be a part of you because it's just all you know. So now you find out, oh, you're an Israelite. Oh, you're a Levite. So you must be just top of the top, because Levites were the priests in times past. And then now your whole congregation goes to strip clubs, and if they're not at a strip club, they're at a club where strippers are.
Right.
Y'all know we step out. I ain't gonna get into it, but y'all know we step out, but we see what do you call them? I gotta call them sodomites. You see sodomites.
Right.
If we see strippers, we're out of there. You're not gonna be in no goddamn club. So I'm just saying. I just had to throw that in there, since it's really Amataz's fault. He brought it up. Right. So keep read from the top if you could. Romans 12:19.
Book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves.
So it's not our place to give to repay vengeance. You understand, or to repay for what they've done unto us. It's not up to us, right? Because in the truth there is rank and order. In the truth, right?
Right.
And Commanding General Yohana is our leader, but Commanding General Yohana is under Christ. And Christ is under the Most High. So there's always, no matter what, there's always rank and order. What the Most High ordains is what Christ does. And what Christ ordains is what Commanding General Yohana does. And of course, what he ordains is what we do. That's how it goes. And we're not ordained by the Most High to go and shoot up any goddamn thing right now. We can't, just like you did that class last week. After that, that bastard, even though he was a brother, he was a bastard that murdered all of them kids.
Right.
He took it upon himself to whatever trauma and whatever terrible thing that happened to him as a child. He took it upon himself to go repay vengeance, and because of that, there are 21 lives that are lost because he wanted to take it into his own hands. You gonna say something?
Nah, go ahead.
So you gonna say something? Yeah, you got it.
Just repaying vengeance, right? He not only did he want to take vengeance to his own hand, but he took it out on people on innocent children.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because he felt like his lifestyle was being accepted in the school that he was going to. So you assume that the vengeance would be taken on people that are offending you, but he went to the ones who made no offense towards him.
Just like the supermarket too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He over here trying to fight for his, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, like he a devil. But at the same time, like you said, you know what I'm saying, someone who can defend himself. And that he knew where there weren't no guns, you know what I'm saying, travel 2 hours and boy, it's like that.
Yeah, no, like that's the thing. You don't get to decide who dies. You don't.
Right.
Like, and that's the thing. Remember, the scripture just said, "Give place unto wrath." If somebody comes up in your crib, put them to death. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. If somebody breaks into your house with intent to harm or steal from you, put them to death. You have all of the right in the world to do that.
Right.
But the things that we kill people over in Israel is unrighteous. You understand? And that's the problem. That's our problem as people. You understand? Because we don't give place unto wrath. And we're so angry. I was talking about this earlier. We have all of this pent up anger and we don't know how to use it. Like for us, we use it at camp. You understand? We go to camp and we get to blazing. You understand? Or, when we teach these classes and things like that, it's okay to be aggressive. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Right. But the problem is our people are aggressive in the wrong way. And then we start to sin against the Most High because of our aggression. Because now we're not giving place to wrath anymore. Now we just let our wrath go whenever we want it to. You understand? Go ahead.
But rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine.
Vengeance is whose?
Vengeance is mine.
Right. That's of the Most High. The Most High said that vengeance belongs to the Most High. That's a scratch. That's an itch that the Most High needs to scratch. You understand? If somebody offends you, if you are truly a son of God or a daughter of God, meaning you serve the Most High, you keep His laws, statutes, and commandments, and somebody offends you, that's tough. What did the Most High do to them 42 kids that offended Elisha? Was it Elisha or Elijah? I always mix this up. It's Elisha, right? Elijah was bald?
Yeah, Elijah was.
Okay. I always mix the two, right? But for them 42 kids that offended Elijah, he didn't have to touch them because the Most High knew that he was offended. And so what happened? Elijah prayed about it and he cursed them. He didn't have to touch them with a finger. The Most High sent she-bears to go and kill them damn babies, devour them. And so you think now if the Most High is willing to do that for a servant of God to children, imagine what he's willing to do for you if you serve him to anybody. I don't care who it is. You understand? If somebody offends one of these priests and prophets, if somebody offends a servant of the Most High, you got to get put to death. Ask Elijah. Yeah. Come on, around funny. So he said, sent the two she-bears to eat them little bastards. Damn right. You understand? Right. That's how the Most High looked at them. Nobody, not even children, can offend you. So now what does that mean in regards to this, right? Most High said, vengeance is mine. So you don't put a hand, you don't go and you say, hey, little niggas, come here. I'm about to pick you off one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? One by one. No, you can't do that. You understand? You just pray about it. And I've seen it happen personally.
Right.
I've seen it happen. Right. You understand? Listen, man, nobody can offend us. And it's happened so many times. They offend us and we pray about it. Christians like to talk about prayer warriors. That's so don't say what? Prayer warriors. I need all my prayer warriors to send me prayers. Nah, damn that.
That's listen, a new one. I never heard that.
It's because it's not biblical. That's why you don't know about it. That's Christian garbage. Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you like this. What we do, prayers are weapons. Right. Psalms 83 is a weapon. Yeah, damn right. Psalms 83 is a weapon. That prayer that we pray. What is that prayer? It say that they have taken crafty counsel against us. And then it says what? do unto them as unto the Midianites. Why? Because what happened to the Midianites? The Midianites got put to death. You understand? Another one. Go ahead.
Jabrin, all of them got put to death.
Yeah, exactly. That's a weapon. Like prayer is a weapon. And then, of course, then you had a prayer that we pray a lot of times in the school, which is the curses prayer.
Right.
We sing curses and evils and judgments against all of these movements that are against us and against the Most High. Right? You gonna bring something up?
Yeah, I was gonna bring a precept out for what you're talking about, which is so heavy. Right. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 35, verse 13. It says, "He will not accept any person against a poor man, but he will hear the prayer of the oppressed." And understand this: blacks and Hispanics, you are most definitely oppressed in America. You don't see it, but we tell you, and we revealing it to you right now. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High is revealing it to you too. You know what I'm saying? He's bringing out the shame. You know what I'm saying? He's uncovering the shame that's in Edom. You know what I'm saying? The so-called oppressor. You know what I'm saying? And you starting to see what these devils are doing. And the only way, and your biggest weapon right now is to serve the Lord and to pray on their downfall. That's what I'm saying? Pray on their destruction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like a lot of people don't understand that. Like a lot of people don't understand. Like people take a Christian outlook on prayer. You understand? But it's completely the opposite. Like I said earlier, prayer is a weapon. Like if you truly serving the Most High, what you ask, Kabbalah said something heavy. He said, when we get offended, we should go tell our Father. That's what he said. And that's true. We should go and tell our Father. Just like if you go, like, listen, none of my children can be harmed by anybody. I don't care who it is. If somebody comes up against my children wrongfully, oh yeah, come and tell me. I'm the one you want to come and tell, because I'm going to go to the end of the world to make sure that whatever happened gets justified. And we all know what that means. You understand? Can't nobody touch these kids. The scriptures say this. Christ said this. He said, if you offend one of these little ones, it's better that a millstone will be hanged around your neck and you get thrown into the ocean, meaning some heavy ass stone to drag you to the bottom of the sea and you choke to death on that water. It's better that you do that than you receive the punishment for hurting one of these little ones. That's tough. Right. I don't know what to tell you. Right? And so, but that's the thing. So we got to understand that the Most High is a father. So he's going to take vengeance the same way that a father would for his son or for his daughter, right? All right, so let's get where am I at? Let's get Nahum, the first chapter back again, and then we'll start at verse 3.
Do you want to finish 19?
Yeah, that's fine.
The vengeance, it's like, vengeance is mine. I will repay, saith the Lord.
Right. The Most High is going to be the one to repay that vengeance. You understand? We can't. We talk about this all the time in the school, right? Because of the anger that we have for our oppressor, once we come into the knowledge of what they've done, you think that you can be like the, what is it called? The NFAC, the not effing around. Not effing around coalition. You think that you could do that? The Black Panthers thought they could do it too. Black Panthers thought that they could take their guns out because they knew how to use guns and they had all of these guns and things like that. They thought they could walk into what's that place that they walked into? It's like the Capitol. I think they walked into the Capitol, all these guns and things like that. Well, you know what happened to them? That leader got murdered in his own bed in his own house by the police.
Right.
And didn't nobody do nothing. The police didn't get, charged or anything like that. They looked at that man as a terrorist. You know why? Because they thought that they could walk into that Capitol with them guns out. They thought that they could raise up arms against this oppressor. The same oppressor that you got to be smarter than that, because your oppressor brought you over here as a slave. And you've been a slave for him at that time about 350 years.
Right. It's like
good.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? You flexing with the wrong, you know what I'm saying, weapon. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
You flexing with the wrong weapon, with the wrong muscle. You know what I'm saying? You don't know the muscle that you should be using. You know what I'm saying? The muscle you should be using is the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The spirit of the Most High in reality, right? Which is these words, you know what I'm saying? Uncovering his shame, you know what I'm saying? Going out to the streets and preaching the word of God, you know what I'm saying? So brothers and sisters could come into the school and you know what I'm saying, leave that world, you know what I'm saying, that everybody is so, you know what I'm saying, they love so much, right?
Right.
Which is the world of Esau. You know what I'm saying? And come serve the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That's your biggest flex. You know what I'm saying? Having the more, like, I mean, all these scriptures talk about us being better than these other nations. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High, you know what I'm saying? He wants you to be better than these other nations, but you can't be like that. You know what I'm saying? Loving the oppressor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Flexing with a wrong muscle. You know what I'm saying? Taking vengeance into your own hands. Right? Go ahead.
No, damn right. And that's why they fail. That's why every other, like, you, okay, here's what you got to understand, right? The UPK has been around since 1969. And we haven't fallen since. But then you have these other groups, right? You had the Black Panthers that came out, and it looked like they was running strong for quite some time. But what happened to them? Their leader got killed. And here's why they failed. For one, like you said, they were flexing the wrong muscle. They didn't understand how to save their people. They thought that they could flex them guns. You understand? And them guns is going to save them. Guns can't save you. Not from our oppressor. Absolutely not. We talk about this all the time. Our oppressor got drones and all types of things. He can fly into your house. He can fly into anywhere and just drop bombs on you. You know. He go ahead.
Like I said, I was gonna say, like, he don't even use manned airplanes anymore to bomb other countries.
Right. and back when, and that's crazy, because back when they could see, Tokyo thought that they knew how to fight our oppressor. Right. And Tokyo, they heathens too, but they thought that they knew how to fight our oppressor. They came and bombed Pearl Harbor and all of that. And then what happened? Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You understand? No, like this is one thing we gotta understand about Esau. Esau was blessed with the sword. It said, by the sword thou shalt live. And that's exactly what he does. He lives by that sword, and he's good at it. He's a cunning hunter. He knows how to do these things. Right. So you're going to have to outsmart him. The only way that you can do that is with this Bible and with the law, statutes, and commandments. Because the only thing that separates us from these other people, because they're all angry at our oppressor. The Black Panthers were angry at the white man. You understand? But the thing that separates us from them is we have a proper moral code and a proper proper ethics. And we have a code of conduct that separates us from them, because now we can effectively cast down this kingdom. We can do what Revelation 18:4 says, which is what? To come out of Babylon, to come out of the ideologies of this place. We've done it. The Black Panthers was getting high. They was doing cocaine. They was having sex with white women, all of those things. And that's why they couldn't last. They couldn't make the impact that we've made, because they're not living by the law, statutes, and commandments. So the point is, we can't think like them. When you start to think like them and think that you can, come up against your oppressor in that way and take vengeance on them in that way, it's not going to work. Right. You're going to get put to death just like them did.
Right. No, and it's and that's one of that heavy burdens, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, everything that your oppressor does, you know what I'm saying? And you want to do something about it, but you got to be patient.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That patience you're going to have to practice that patience and practice that discipline, because, man, you just going to have to wait for the Lord, you know what I'm saying, to bring hell, you know what I'm saying? What is it? Fire and brimstone unto, you know what I'm saying, this, you know what I'm saying, this nation, you know what I'm saying?
If I can go with the officers saying, right, that one of the best, I think, the best example in the Bible to look at this, right, is what happened with Dinah. In there where she was she was taken by force by the Hamite. Yeah. And Jacob, he had a plan. He doing it deceitfully. He was gonna in that time to take his time with it, but Simeon and Levi, they just couldn't wait.
Right.
Oh,
they were too angry, and they wouldn't start them. Yeah. Jacob was like, well, that wasn't yours to do.
Right. Yeah. That's heavy. That's heavy.
Weapons of cruelty shall be.
You should get that the same way. You know what I'm saying? Right. We like I said, most times has a plan. It's not for you. It's not for you to go and make that decision yourself and take vengeance. Be patient. You know what I'm saying? Pray to the Most High. He'll show us vengeance. Like we've seen some of it coming to fruition already with the COVID. You know what I'm saying? We got now like the monkeypox running through the LGBT community.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I mean,
they say, I saw a study. I don't know how true it is. They said 50% of them sodomites got it. Now I don't know how true that is. I don't know. There's in a couple of different articles, a couple sources that said that. It's a lot. Yeah.
I can it just shows you how dirty that lifestyle is. And secondly, if you look at every major plague that's running through, the Esau gets hit with plagues, and it ravages their civilization. It completely runs through. Look how much. If you look in the areas where the COVID had the biggest effect, is always in Edomite countries.
Yeah,
where had the biggest death tolls.
Right.
That's what I'm showing you that he's not with these Edomites, right? He's very much against them.
Right.
This place will fall soon, but don't take vengeance for yourself. Let that be for the Most High.
Yeah, and I think brothers and sisters should understand that what's going on is the Most High. He's taking vengeance. He's crippling America. You understand? With COVID-19, COVID-19 did something terrible to America. I mean, a lot of businesses shut down. A lot of the things that were keeping this place alive died. You know what I'm saying? And now you got these damn gas prices. Ooh-wee.
Oh my God! Don't even start with that. I don't even want to think about that.
Man, hey, listen, I've never seen gas prices this high in Arizona. We go to Cali all the time, and I see $5-6 sometimes. I'm like, damn, but at least I ain't got to deal with this. Now I understand my brother's pain out there. Now I'm like, damn, they talking about $5.50 a gallon out here. I'm saying, goddamn. But the thing is, but when gas prices go up like that, that means they're hurting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a good thing because that's the Most High putting his foot on their neck. But we're gonna keep reading about it, right? Let's go back to Nahum.
Right. No, you good. Verse 3. And the Lord is slow. The Lord is slow to anger.
It takes a lot to make the Most High angry. And what I mean by that is he's not going to dish out that fury as quickly as somebody like me or you would. Because what we'll do, somebody makes us mad, the first thing we want to do is hit them in the damn mouth.
Right.
You understand? But the Most High, he's slow to anger. And so he's so slow to anger that he allowed us to mess up too many times. You understand? And he allowed us to go through this harsh punishment for quite some time. And here in America, we've gone through this punishment for 400 years. And I'm talking, and I'm really just talking, that's the Southern Kingdom. Northern Kingdom been going through punishment in America for 600 years. You understand? We're getting conquered and getting, all of the things that happened to our Mexican brothers and our so-called North American Indian brothers, right? All of these things are punishments from the Most High. But one thing that we understand about our oppressors is that they've taken the liberty that they've been given to oppress us. They've taken it too far. Like the Most High never ordained us to be buck broken or for our foremothers to be raped. We was just supposed to get our ass whipped. Excuse me for my language. You understand? But we was just supposed to get that type of punishment. But they took it a step ahead. And the Most High saw that. And he was slow to anger at first. But now you see that anger building up. And you see the things that he's doing. Same thing that happened in Egypt. How long was we in servitude in Egypt? 430 years we was in servitude in Egypt. So I mean, we were getting beat and all of these things, harsh, cruel bondage for 430 years before we got out. Like the Most High the thing about the Most High is he tries to give us a chance because that whole 430 years we wasn't repenting. You understand? We wasn't trying to go back to the Most High, right? And he tried to give us the chance to, and then eventually he said, you know what? I can't stand any more of this. They've been punished enough. Now I'm going to take them into the wilderness. You understand? I'm going to take them, right? But let's keep reading.
Right. And great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked.
The thing is, the Most High is never going to acquit the wicked. This is the thing about the Most High, right? If you know anything about the word acquit, the Most High is a judge, and the word acquit is used in court. So now you acquit somebody of their crimes, meaning let's just say somebody stole, $50 worth of something from some supermarket or something like that, right? They'll have to go to court. They get arrested. They might go to jail for some time. They go to court. Well, in the court, the judge decides whether or not that person is guilty. All right. The judge is going to decide if there's proof that person stole that $50. They're going to decide, yes, he's guilty. But now the judge has the opportunity or the power to acquit that person, meaning, yes, he's guilty, but I'm not going to give him the charge for it. I'm not going to send him to jail for it. The Most High is not like that. The Most High is going to make our oppressor pay for what he's done. It's just going to happen.
Right.
You understand? Even Hebrews 10 and 26 for our own people. Hebrews 10 and 26 says, if you sin willfully against the Most High, there remains no more sacrifice for sins. Meaning the Most High is not going to acquit you either. So if you sin against the Most High, you know you're doing wrong, you're going to have to get judged for that. Does that mean that you get put in a lake of fire? If you do it enough times, I'm sure. But you can live out your judgment right here, right now. And that's what we're doing. We're living out our judgment for all of the terrible things that we've done. We're living them out. Right? But you're not going to get acquitted. Now, our oppressor is going to have to face that judgment. And that's in Obadiah. The book of Obadiah says that he is going to be exterminated from off the face of this planet because of what he's done. There's nothing he can do about it no more. And here's the thing. The Most High can do it to us too. He can make us that way. He can make blacks and Hispanics, his chosen people. The scriptures say that he can make us reprobate. He can give us over to a reprobate mind, meaning we've sinned so much against the Most High. A specific person or people can sin against the Most High so much that he's going to say, you know what, I'm not even dealing with him no more. Let him be a homosexual. Let him be a liar, a thief. Let him be that. And he'll never come and repent to me because I've given him over to a reprobate mind. Most High can do that too. So don't think that that's not off the table for us, right? And it's happened. I've seen it happen. I'm not grown like a 60, 70-year-old man, but I'm definitely grown in wisdom and knowledge. And I've seen these things happen. Right. I've seen too many of these things happen. And I've seen the Most High give people over to a reprobate mind where just in my brain, I'm like, damn, like that? And these cats live their life that way. And then they get put to death some insane, crazy way. And, I just say, damn, that's the power of the Most High, I guess. Right? So the Most High is not going to acquit. That's the point. The Most High is not going to acquit the wicked. You don't get off for what you've done against the Most High. It's not going to happen, right? Keep going.
The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind.
He hath his way in the whirlwind. A whirlwind is like a tornado, right? A fierce wind, right? Keep going.
And in the storm.
And in the storm, right? Keep going.
And the clouds are the dust of his feet.
And the clouds are the dust of his feet, meaning the Most High is above everything. Here's the thing. The Most High is using these things, or Nahum really is writing these things down, but these things are attributed to the fact that, like, everything submits to the Most High. And this is what I mean by everything. I'm talking about plants, trees, the dust of the ground, the clouds in the sky, mountains, everything acknowledges who the Most High is because they all submit to the will of the Most High. Plants do exactly what the Most High said. You know that? Plants will grow, give fruit, produce what they need to produce, and then die and then reincarnate from their seeds.
Right.
That's it. They do exactly what the Most High told them to do. We are the only people, the only thing on the face of this earth that doesn't listen to the Most High. We don't acknowledge the Most High the way that plants do. Can you fathom that? It's crazy. But we're the only ones that don't do that. We're the only ones that need classes like this to teach us how to serve God. You understand? Right. Plants don't need classes. They do exactly what the Most High says. They grow up, they give fruit like they're told to, and then they die. That's it. That's kind of ridiculous.
Right.
When you think about it, you're gonna say something.
That's what I was going to say. When you disrespect Most High by saying that, it's this the universe. You know what I mean? It's the laws of the universe. You don't even attribute this creation of this so-called universe, this planet, to the Most High. You attribute it to the universe and into theories. You know what I mean? To say that we can't prove it's a God, so you got to make up other things.
Man, you heard these niggas talking about we live in a simulation. I said, God damn, you say we live in a video game somewhere. Somebody that's bigger than that. And you think about it, it's all the concept of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Because if you say we live in a simulation, that means that you think that there's some being out there that has created this world for us to live in. Just walk with me. There's a being out there that created this world for us to live in. He designed it exactly the way that we are. And he's watching down on us and watching our decisions and moving things around as he pleases. And I said, well, isn't that what we say God is?
So basically the Sims.
The Sims, which when you play that game, The Sims, or really when you play like Grand Theft Auto and things like that, right? Games where Skyrim, whatever the hell, right? When you controlling that person, That's what that. But they're saying when they say that we live in a simulation, they're saying that they give us our own mind. They're saying that this player that you've created, he has this mind, yes, but you don't control it. He goes off and do, and they see what you're doing. They try to figure out what you're doing. And I say, God damn, I say, well, anything not to say that there's a God in heaven that is the God of the Bible. I mean, God damn, it's ridiculous. Can you pull Nehemiah for me?
Right.
But go ahead, Sly. You gonna say something?
No, I was gonna go back to where it says the dust, the clouds of Slakia, and the storm and the clouds of are the dust of his feet. You know what I'm saying? Imagine, you know what I'm saying? You kick some dirt. It doesn't take much to make some dust. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High, imagine, and you see what these storms, Hurricane and Katrina can do. You know what I'm saying? You see all these, you know what I'm saying, hurricanes, all these, you know what I'm saying, tsunamis, all these other things that is created from the Most High and his power, what he can do, earthquakes, you know what I'm saying, all these things. And it's like, you still not afraid?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not afraid of that power?
Kabbalah Mouse said something heavy. He said they call our father's wrath Mother Nature.
Man.
They so not that the reason they're not afraid of it is because they attribute it to Mother Nature.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's true though. That's another reason why is that they want to make everything like, oh, it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing. Just, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's not anger. It's not a man angry. You know what I'm saying? It's just Mother Nature. It's okay. It's supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man. It's not like you gotta understand, like what your decisions and the way you live can destroy you. You know what I'm saying? Can destroy you and a whole nation. You know what I'm saying? From one man can destroy a whole nation. You know what I'm saying? It's a lock it.
No, that's
like Nehemiah, you said?
Yeah, Nehemiah. We're just gonna get a couple of examples of that. Nehemiah 9. Yeah, we just want to get a couple of examples of what we just talked about, right? Because we talked about the fact that we can understand, the like nature and things that happen, like plants can understand the Most High and respect the Most High to do exactly what he says, but we can't. And everybody knows that plants are living beings, they're alive, you know what I'm saying? But we still think that we can do whatever we want, you know. So let's get 9 and let's start at 16.
I read it. The book of Nehemiah, chapter 9, verse 16. Mm-hmm. But they and our fathers dealt proudly.
Right. Go ahead.
And hardened their necks.
That's hardening their necks is the same thing as calling somebody hard-headed, right? They were what's the word I'm looking for? Start with an S. Stubborn.
Stubborn.
That's exactly what we were, and that's what we've been the whole time that we've been Israel. We've been stubborn. Keep going.
Hearkening not to thy commandments,
and didn't listen to the Most High's commandments. Keep going.
Verse 17, and refused to obey.
Mm-hmm. We didn't obey. The plants obeyed. The plants, they grew and they did their job. They served their purpose. They gave oxygen to the earth, and they gave us food. They did exactly what they're supposed to do. Then they withered up and died, and they were born again through their seed. But for us, we haven't listened to the commandments, and we didn't obey. Keep going.
Neither were mindful of thy wonders that thou didst among them.
Right. We weren't mindful of the things that the Most High puts right in front of our face. Shows us exactly what we need to do. It's right here in this Bible. You see it. It's all through here. All of these things that you find in this Bible, it tells you exactly how to live. It went so far, it goes so far as to tell you that if you kill somebody on accident, meaning you get into a fist fight with somebody and they die from a blow and you weren't intending to kill them, you got a damn city or refuge that you can go to. And then you get put on trial. You understand? Like there's all of that's in the Bible. It tells you everything that you need to know. It tells you to put railing on the top of your house so that way if somebody's working on your roof, they don't fall off. It tells you everything you need. And it's right here in front of us, and we haven't listened. You understand? Then we got the records of what happened in the Exodus from Egypt. We see what happened with the Most High did. We don't listen. We say it's not a big deal. They saw it. They were there, and they didn't give a damn. So how much more so we pick up this Bible and look at it and we say, you know what I'm saying? We see what the Most High did in the book of Daniel with Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. When them brothers went into that fire and didn't get consumed.
Right.
Now, you can call it a fairy tale if you want. I've seen things like that happen right here in this school. Brother wasn't cast into physical fire, but I've seen some things. I've seen some miracles. You call that a miracle? I've seen plenty of those in this school, right? So we see all of those things, and we still say, I'm not gonna believe in the Most High. I'm not gonna serve the Most High. Well, keep going.
God. Neither were mindful, of the works among them, but hardened their necks, and in their rebellion appointed a captain to return to their bondage.
To return to what?
To their bondage.
Yeah, listen, that's what we do. We throw away what the Most High gave us. We take on another nation's customs and practices, and then what do? We get put into bondage under that nation. We took on the nations of our oppressor, and now we are in bondage under them right now. Right? Let's keep going.
Okay. But thou art a God.
But even with that, keep going. But thou art a God ready to what?
Ready to pardon.
Go ahead.
Gracious and merciful.
He's willing to forgive us. And that's tough. That's tough because I don't know if I could forgive my child for doing the things that Israel has done. Israel's done some terrible things. Israel chose a whole nother father. You understand? Like they went and they did all of everything. And this was crazy. You got to understand this. Everything that the Most High said not to do, they did. Everything. That's a tough one. But the Most High is a God that's ready to pardon. Keep going.
Slow to anger, in a great kindness, and forsooketh them not.
And forsooketh them not. What it means to forsake somebody is to leave them. After all of that, the Most High still didn't leave us. Because listen, if he'd have left us, we'd have been killed off already. That'd have been gone. Black people wouldn't exist on the face of the planet. You understand? The so-called Mexicans, the so-called North American Indians would not exist on this planet.
Right.
Because if the Lord wasn't with us, we'd have killed ourselves off already. Right? Let's get Zechariah 2 and 7. Yeah, you got it. Go ahead.
Going back, just earlier in that verse that refuse to obey. I mean, when people look at the Bible, you see all the time on YouTube videos, TikTok, social media, everywhere. People are so ready to fight against, what the Most High said. They don't even look at, how the laws in here can better your life. But right. they rather go by, it contradicts. How can he? What's one? Somebody said like, how can he harden your heart, but still want you to fight against him? Right. we don't have any knowledge of this Bible. When you're going by the white man's doctrine of it, so you're going to be confused. Right. That's the whole purpose. It's to cause confusion. It is not for you to really set and learn with the ways of this Bible. But you're so focused on contradiction that you don't even see how the laws of this Bible protect you. Right. You only see the good thing that it does for you, that it does for a nation. If you really want to know what it can do for you, all you can do is look at the so-called Jewish man, how his communities are run. We got those same type of communities if if we apply those same type of laws into our communities that they did. But y'all rather but America's giving you so much so-called freedom, right? That you choose to ignore the Most High, forsake his rules and go about your own way.
Yeah. No, damn right. And we still do this. Gets crazy because this is, once again, you have to look at it realistically. If this is a father, you got to think about what he's done. He's built us a perfect home to live in. He set us up the right way. Right. He gave us everything that we needed in that household. But we want to go to the next door neighbor's house.
Right. It's like that. It's like shrubs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That one parable. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? The shrubs, you know what I'm saying? You an olive tree and you want shrubs? Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's exactly what we've done. But we just saw that the Lord is ready and willing to pardon, right? Keep going. It's like Zechariah 2 and 7.
Book of Zechariah, chapter 2, verse 7. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwelleth with the daughter of Babylon.
That dwelleth with who?
The daughter of Babylon.
So deliver thyself. This is Zechariah speaking in the name of the Lord. He's saying, deliver thyself. How do you deliver yourself? Aren't we waiting for Christ to deliver us? How do you deliver yourself? You have to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, and you're going to have to prove that you're worthy to be delivered. You're going to have to, we just talked about this last week, right? We just talked about this last week. You have to make the Most High believe that you're worthy of being saved. There's a lot of people that ain't, I'm sorry to break it to you. There's a lot of people that are not worthy to be saved. A lot of people deserve everything that's happening to them. A lot of people.
And if you're going through it, you deserve it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you over here asking yourself, why am I going through this? Because you deserve it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
exactly.
like,
and so a lot of people just, they you know, they're going to go through those types of things. And so what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to deliver yourself. Meaning what? You're going to have to do what's required of you to be saved. And that thing ain't always easy. It's tough sometimes. Sometimes you're going to have to work throughout the week and still come to class. You know what I'm saying? And still go to camp. Maybe you got a job, a slavery that has you working on your feet all day, every day. Your feet might hurt. Well, come Saturday, if there's camp, you got to be there. And you're going to stand on your feet again on your day off. And you're going to do that for the Lord. And if you ever think in your mind, I don't feel like going to camp because I've been working all day, I'm all week, that means that you love your oppressor more than the Most High. Why do I say that? Because if you're willing to stand on your feet and hurt your feet, that's Tazar. He 5K, so he good. If you stand on your feet all day, every day for 5 days out of the week for your oppressor, but you won't do it one day out of the week for the Most High, that means that you hate God. That's what that means. And so because that's the case, you should just do what it takes to save yourself. And in order to save yourself, you're going to have to prove that you're worthy of being saved. Right? Keep going.
Verse 8, for thus saith the Lord of hosts. Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations, which spoiled you.
Right. So the Most High sent Zechariah after the nations that spoiled us, the same nations that put us into captivity.
Right.
That's what it means to spoil, right? To put us into captivity, to use us. And that's what he's done. He sent Zechariah to prophesy this thing against those same nations. Keep going.
For he that toucheth you.
So the person that touches us, the nation that touches us, go ahead.
Touch the apple of his eye.
Touches the apple of the Most High's eye. You know what that means?
Right.
We are the favorite thing that the Most High has. There's nothing above us, Israel. Nothing. And these nations have touched the favorite thing of the Most High. And that's dangerous. You understand? Keep going.
For behold, I will shake my hand upon them.
So the Most High is going to shake. It's crazy that Officer Razan just brought this out last night in the Hebrew class, right? Talking about the Lord's anger, right? Well, the Most High has a lot of that anger, and he's going to pour that anger out on our oppressors, all of them, all of the nations that's come up against us, right? And he's going to do that. Why? Because they've touched the apple of his eye. And that's a dangerous thing, right? Keep going.
For behold, I will shake my hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil to their servants.
And so now, this is what's heavy about this verse, right? The same way that the Most High called us their spoil, well, now they're going to be servants unto us, right? They're going to be servants unto their spoil. The same people that they spoiled and robbed and raped and murdered, well, now they're going to be servants unto them same people. That's what this verse is saying. And that's the God that I want to serve. So now what do you look like intervening in that process? What do you look like taking vengeance into your own hands? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Keep going.
And ye shall know that the Lord of hosts has sent me. Sing and rejoice. Oh,
Salaki, that's all I need on that. Let's get back into Nahum. Nahum. And let's just finish it out. All right. So let's get what we on 4?
Count 4. Book of Nahum, chapter 1, verse 4. He rebuketh the sea and maketh it dry, and drieth up all the rivers. Bashan languisheth, and Carmel, and the flower of Lebanon languisheth. The mountains quake at him, and his hills, and the hills melt, and the earth is burned at his presence. Yea, the world and all that dwell therein.
Yeah, listen. That's just like what I just said about 5 minutes ago when I said the entire earth understands the authority of the Most High, but we don't.
Right.
Goddamn, listen, it said the mountains quake at him, but we don't fear the Lord. The hills melt, but we don't fear the Lord. The earth is burned at his presence, but we don't fear the Lord. Like, you got to think about that. It don't make no damn sense, right? But we're so damn stupid. The problem is, and I say this all the time, we don't know anything without this Bible.
Right.
We wouldn't understand morals. We wouldn't understand how to treat each other. We wouldn't understand anything at all without this Bible. And we damn sure cannot understand how to serve the Most High without this Bible. So when you go into that Christian church and there's not a Bible in sight that pastor is reading from, then you know that you're not learning how to serve the Lord. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because listen, he might quote John 3:16, and that's it. He might quote, Revelation 4:13, and that's it. He might quote a scripture and then read that one scripture and then talk for the next 2-3 hours. That's it. And that's how you know that, because you see what we've done today. We went into the book of Nahum. We went into the book of Romans. We went into the book of Habakkuk, Nehemiah, all of these things, right? Because we have to prove what the Most High says, not what we say. Because if it's coming from us, it can't be coming from the Lord. Meaning, go into the scriptures in the book of Proverbs. It says what? If you lean not unto your own understanding. Everything that we say is coming from the Most High. And we can read it to you, all of it. You know what I'm saying? You gonna say something else? No? All right, let's keep reading.
Verse 6. Who can stand before his indignation? Mm-hmm. And who can abide in the fierceness of his anger? His fury is poured out like fire, and the rocks are thrown down by him.
Right, his fury is poured out like fire, right? I do want to get this one verse as a precept to that. I'll read it because it's just going to be real quick in Revelation 14 chapter, verse 10, right? So now this is talk. I'll start at verse 9, right? It's talking about the mark of the beast. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. This is talking about the ideologies of our oppressor and talking about Christianity, right? Anything that goes against the Most High. It says, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured without mixture. Meaning this thing is not, ain't no chaser. Right. You getting this wrath with no chaser. That's what's happening. You get what I'm saying? Without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of his holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. That's what this is talking about. His fury is poured out like a fire, that same way that we just read in Revelation, the 14th chapter. Right, let's keep going.
Verse 7. The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knoweth them that trust in him.
And he knoweth them that trust in him. Now, we was going to get the next 7 verses, but I know I kind of ran over a little bit. What I just want to give one more scripture, just to precept what we just read, right, in the book of Amos. Give me Amos 3 real quick. Get Amos the 3rd chapter, and let's get the first verse, right? Because it said, and he knoweth them that trust in him. So let's talk about who the Most High knows. Let's talk about who trusts in him, and let's talk about what this scripture is talking about. Because I've heard Christians pull this precept in Nahum the 1st chapter to say that this is saying that if you trust in the Most High, no matter what nation or creed you come from, you can be saved. Well, Nahum said, and he knoweth them that trust in him. So let's see who the Most High knows.
Book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word of the Lord that hath spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Oh, who?
O children of Israel.
So let's just understand what we're about to read is directly pertaining to the children of Israel. Keep going.
Against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying.
And if anybody forget the name, at least remember the record of what happened to this group of people. So it's talking about this same group of people. Keep going.
Right. You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
That's what the Most High said. The Most High said, you only have I known from all the families on this earth. There's a lot of different, there's a table of 18 different nations on the face of this planet right now. But the Lord only knows us. Right. And that's all I need from that, right? That's all I need from that verse. So what we have to understand is the Most High is going to be on our side as long as we, of course, keep our end of the deal. We're in a covenant with the Most High. And so because we're in that same covenant with the Most High, we're going to have to keep that deal up. The covenant is that we serve him, keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and he will protect us and give us our own land. He will put us on top above every other nation. He'll do that, but we have to keep our end of the deal, right? But part of keeping that deal is understanding that the Lord is the one that reserves that wrath. You can't take the matters into your own hands, or else you're going to end up in prison like that cat in Jersey City did. You know what I mean? You going to say something?
Right. And I was going to say earlier, notes and Most High, so he will show his wrath. So he's like, but look, said he saw the anger. And the anger is being shown right now. There's a quote. I've been having trouble finding it, but from that devil Andrew Jackson. I believe that's the one I'm thinking for, the old president, right? Mm-hmm. Where he said that if the book is right that the Lord is the God that saw the anger, then he prays for his future children. Saying that, saying that he knows that he knew that what they were doing back that time with slavery like that was wrong.
Yeah. So
he was fearful of what, even though he didn't believe in the Most High, even though he didn't believe in God. He said, but if that's true, then he's afraid for his future children.
Yeah, that's tough. The scriptures say in the book of Deuteronomy that he's going to visit and he's talking about, when in Deuteronomy he's talking about us. He visits the iniquity of the children for the third and fourth generation. That's for us. But in Isaiah 14:21 it says what? Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of his fathers. And when you look into the Bible, you see that the children aren't necessarily just the direct children. It could be your grandchildren, great grandchildren, right? That's tough. That's a tough one. You gonna say something else? So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and close out. The water to everybody for tuning in. We're gonna go ahead and close out with this prayer. So I imagine which means to stand. Which means to turn and face the east. Close out with the prayers. We beginning with the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanaw, Bashamai, Wadash, Ayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Ayah, Aisha, Ratazaka, Kawa, Ayah, Bashamai, Thalanaw, Come, Kayawam, Masalakanaw, Kawap, Kawabanaw, Masalaknaw, Kawabanaw, Mala'ah, Tabayanaw, Manasawan, Ball. I was shy now. Mayan, Rakaya, Laka, Amalak, Amalakwa, Waha'ala, Watha Para, Lawalam, it's like it, Lawalam you.
The Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, here in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day, our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
We're going to read the Akak, or the power, in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Babakashah, Nathalan Awa Hakak, Hakak Larapa'ah, Kal Maka'ala, Kal Madawa, Hakak Latahar, Hamatazariah, Hakak Lakwayam, Hamatu, Hakak, Awakawa,
Power here, all manner of sickness,
and all manner of disease, power to cleanse the lepers, power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, cast them out, in the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it.
All right, Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'a,
Asha'a,
Ayanya,
Ayanya,
Ahaharya,
Ahaharya,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Yaba'a,
Yaba'a,
Isaiah,
Isaiah,
Ma'ai,
Ma'ai,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Shamayam,
Shamayam,
Warataz, Ayathan,
Layathan,
Lamawat,
Lamawat,
Ragalka,
Ragalka,
Ayanawam,
Ayanawam,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Hana,
Hana,
La'a,
La'a,
Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yayashan,
Yayashan,
Shalmar,
Shalmar,
Yasha'al,
Yasha'al,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazalka,
Tazalka,
Al-Yah,
Yah,
Yamyanka,
Yamyanka,
Yawamam,
Yawamam,
Hashamat,
Hashamat,
La'a,
La'a,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Wayarak,
Wayarak,
Walayala,
Walayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka,
Makal Rai,
Makal-Rai,
Shamar,
Shamar,
Athnapashka,
Athnapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Taza'afka,
Taza'afka,
Wabah,
Wabah,
Wa'aka,
Wa'aka,
Ma'aitha,
Ma'aitha,
Wa'ai,
I will.
All right. Now the Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes unto the
From whence
hills.
cometh my help?
From whence cometh my
Help
help?
cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from
Which
Yahweh.
made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He will
moved.
not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth
shall
Israel
neither slumber nor sleep.
shall not slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth,
From this time forth,
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Dama Yalaka,
Dama Yalaka,
Al Thakarash,
Al Thakarash,
Al Thashakwat,
Al Thashakwat,
All,
All,
Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Awa Yabika,
Awa Yabika,
Yahamayawan,
Yahamayawan,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
A'imaka,
A'imaka,
Yahweh
Yahweh,
Sawadah,
Sawadah,
Waitha,
Waitha,
Aitazal,
Yaitazal,
Tazapawanyika,
Tazapawanyika,
Marwa,
Marwa,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Nakakidam,
Waikakidam,
Magalia,
Magalia,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Sham Yasha'al,
Sham Yasha'al,
Awadah,
Awadah,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawa Aitazal,
Nawa Aitazal,
Labat,
Labat,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Awyaka,
Awyaka,
Varyah,
Varyah,
Yakarathwa,
Yakarathwa,
Ahaya,
Ahaya,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Washma Ali,
Washma Ali,
Mawa'ab,
Mawa'ab,
Wahagarya,
Wahagarya,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Waimawan,
Waimawan,
Waimalak,
Waimalak,
Kalashah,
Kalashah,
I'm Yeshabi,
I'm Yeshabi,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Because of Abu, because of Bak, because of Zal, Mana I, Call, I say a come with, a Shar, a Marwa, a Rashad, Nawa, Nawa, Alahaya, Alahaya, Saythamu, Kagogala, Kakwash, Panyaraka, Kaash, Saba Ira, Ya Ira, Kalahaba, Kalahat, Aryam, Khan, Tharadapma, Masa Irika, Wapasa, Wapatka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kalawan, Wayabakwash, Shamka, Yahawah, Yabashwa, Wayabahawa, Adya I, Wayakapar, Wayabagwa, Wayada Iwa, Shamka, Yahawah, Labatka, Al-Yawan, Al-Kal,
Psalms 83 English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
They that hate thee lift up the head.
And they hate thee, lift up the head.
They are taking crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said, Come, let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let us cut them off from being a nation.
The name of Israel,
may
be no more remembrance.
Maybe no more remembrance.
They are consulted together with one consent.
They are consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
Tabernacles of Edom,
Tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab,
and
Hagareen, Gabal, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre, which are also joined with them. They're hoping the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them
as unto
the Midianites.
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera, as to should be.
As it should be.
At the brook of Kisan,
At the brook of Son,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red.
Make the nose like a red.
I'm like Zaed.
And like Zeb.
Yea.
Yea.
All the princes of Zabah.
All the princes of Zabah.
And that's Zamunah.
And as the moon.
Who said,
Who said,
let's take to ourselves
let's take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
the house of Yahweh in possession.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As a stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burns the wood.
As the flames set the mountains on fire.
And as the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
Make them afraid with thy storm.
Make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
But
For
their
the
faces
faces
with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
Oh Yahweh.
Oh Yahweh.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou,
That men may know that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high of all the earth.
art
The Most High of all the earth. We're going to read the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shai.
Why Yahweh Shai.
Why Ma'aka Allah.
Why Ma'aka Allah.
Why Allah Hayah.
Why Allah Hayah.
Watazav Ya'ah.
Watazav Ya'ah.
Allah Wab Yahamid.
Allah Wab Yahamid.
Allah Wapya.
Allah Wapya.
Hasaranya.
Hasaranya.
Akwatazayanya.
Akwatazayanya.
Akaya Yaya.
Akaya Yaya.
Wahakwati.
Wahakwati.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Waraman.
With the blessings of the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanded during Yohana.
Commanded during Yohana.
The generals.
Generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
Troopers.
And the sisters.
And sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you. So be it.
Thank you
Thank you,
so
so be it. All right, Star, it's your turn. Y'all can come up. I'll just just say this prayer. It's like, did you want to get on it?
We're gonna get.
All right.
You want to face the kingdom?
No. Yes. All right. So as normal, we're going to read these prayers, and then we'll point to you. You say your name 3 times. We'll do that. All right. Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
Wa Shamarka.
Wa Shamarka.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
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 Ayaka.
Ayaka.
Wa Yakanka.
Wa Yakanka.
Yasha'ar Yahweh.
Yasha'ar Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Ayaka.
Ayaka.
Wa Shamlaka.
Wa Shamlaka.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Wa Sham.
Wa Shem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Barak.
Barak.
Papa.
Papa.
Magan.
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 Matazah.
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 Genesis.
Genesis. Genesis. Shai. Shai. Shai.
By Shem Yahweh Shai.
By Shem Yahweh Shai.
Wadama.
Tawadama.
All right, what we just said in the English, of course, y'all could be seated. What we just said in the English was Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh lift his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Bless, heal, shield, protect, Matazah, Genesis, Shai. All right, that comes from Numbers 6 and 22 through 27. Now we're going to close out the Sabbath service. So men of Israel, I invite you as we can stand. We'll give each other a courtesy salute. The salute out. Sabbath service. We're going to figure out how these papers go. All right. Ma'at Shabbat. Ma'at Barak.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatam.
Yahweh Matah. Sabbath service.